Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, chapter 18, verse 61. In the last verse, Bhagwan Krishna said, "Hey Arjuna, even if you decide not to fight, you will be forced to fight helplessly because of your own nature." Swabhava guna. In Tamil, there is a saying, Puli pasittalum pullai tinnadu. A tiger's Swabhava guna is attacking animals and eating. Even if it is terribly hungry, it cannot eat the grass. It will look for a deer or a sheep only. Because its Swabhava guna is killing and eating animals. Arjuna's Swabhava guna is Rajoguna, fighting against adharma. So even if he decides not to fight, his Swabhava guna, fighting against adharma, will 100% come out. Naturally. Arjuna, don't commit the mistake. Verse 61. Ishvara sarva bhutanam rittesherjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudani mayaya. Wonderful verse. Wonderful verse. Ishvara sarva bhutanam rittesherjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudani mayaya. Swami Dayananda Saraswati quotes Adi Shankara here, who says Arjuna means pure or clean mind. Rittesher Arjuna. This meaning, that is, Arjuna means clear or bright, is also given in Rig Veda. In the morning, when the sun rises, it will be cloudy or dark. But once the sun rises, it will be very clear and bright and not cloudy. Here the word Arjuna means clear mind and not a confused mind. So Bhagwan is clearing all his doubts. Now the mind has become clear. Nowadays we keep names. We can't even utter those names. Even my name is Radha Krishna has become RK. Everybody calls me RK. Those days every name has got a meaning. Arjuna, it has some meaning. Bhima, it has some meaning. Dharma, it has meaning. So Arjuna means clear mind, not a confused mind. Arjuna or Pandavas, they will get angry if anybody says anything which belittles them. So if somebody calls him a coward, naturally it will come out. His anger will come out. It is their nature. At present they are not sadhu type. Mental makeup, mental equipment, that is not sadhu. That is Rajoguna. A sadhu will not get angry. You call him anything. If he is a real sadhu, he will ignore you and then go. You know only that much. That's okay. Even if you call him or praise him, he will not get, aha, you are praising me. Take my photograph. No. Neither the price nor you despise. Whatever you do, sadhu is not worried. But Arjuna and Pandavas, they are not of that time. Being Kshatriyas, they will get angry. Anybody who hurts them, they have to face the music. They will challenge them. Bhagavan resides in the hearts of all the beings. Because of the presence of Bhagavan only, we are experiencing this world. This is true for all living beings. Sarva Bhutanam. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. By his mere presence, he makes the entire world move. Brahmayam sarvabhutani. Nothing can move on its own without the presence of Bhagavan Krishna. He is the eye of eyes, ear of ears, and he is the intellect in your mind. If Bhagavan is not present as Atma in your body or in any living being, then it becomes a matter. There is no being in that. All the living beings express themselves in their respective fields. Because of what? Because of the presence of Bhagavan in the intellect. Hrideshe tishtati. Bhagavan gives a beautiful example here. He says, Yantra Rudani Mayaya. Like a machine. All the living beings are like a machine. All of us are mounted like dolls in a merry-go-round. The person who does the turning is not seen. He will stand outside. He stands away and rotates. The dolls are moving as if they are moving on their own. As if by magic. But someone stands behind it and make them move. Similarly, all the beings in this world move because of the presence of Paramatma. Each person is going to function in this world as per his prarabdha karma, his own disposition. The dolls are also not same. One is horse, one is pig, one is tiger, one is lion. Similarly, whatever is there in your disposition, you will function like that. Arjuna is not an exception to this rule. The presence of Paramatma alone makes the mind do what it does. The prarabdha karma makes people do what they have to do in a given situation according to their own disposition. Therefore, Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, you are not doing anything at all. It is all Ishvara. It is his blessing. In a given situation, something needs to be done and therefore it is done. Why you bother as if you are in charge of everything? You acknowledge the fact that Bhagavan is in charge and do what is to be done in that situation. That is what Swami Dayananda Saraswati says. Swami Chinmayananda says, Bhagavan Krishna in this verse is saying, recognize me as one who dwells in the heart of every creature. Bhagavan gives his local address. If you ask somebody what is your local address, any US fellow you ask, he will say, go to KK Nagar. That is my address, local address. Permanent address, temporary address. All applications have this. What is your permanent address? What is your temporary? Sometimes people do. But it's same. Permanent address and temporary address are same. Bhagavan's permanent address is Vaikuntha. Temporary address is your heart. Bhagavan gives his local address as a heart of everyone. Everyone's heart to seek him. When Bhagavan says, I reside in the heart of all living beings, it is not the physical heart, but philosophical heart. According to Swami Chinmayananda, which we have already seen this, the term heart in philosophy means minds which have been trained to entertain constantly the positive divine qualities of love, tolerance, mercy, charity, kindness, etc. The infinite dwells in the heart means, though Bhagavan is present everywhere, he is self-evident in your heart. Swami Chinmayananda gives examples that he is a man of heart, the heart of the problem. We are not meaning the physical heart. We are meaning the divine qualities of that person here. Bhagavan already said this in chapter 15, verse 15. Sarvasya chaham rati sannivittaha
मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोगनं च भेदैश्च सर्वैरगमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृत्वेदविदेव चाहम्
Bhagavan already said,
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविट्टः
Hey Arjuna, I am residing in the heart of all living beings, meaning in the mind of one who has cultivated the divine qualities. We have already said that. Bhagavan lends his power to all living creatures to act on. He energizes every living being. Everything revolves around him, like the unseen hand that manipulates the dolls in the puppet play. It will attach the strings. Somebody will be operating it. You don't see the hands which operate it, but the dolls will speak, it will dance, it will act. Similarly, if you see, the puppets have no existence, no vitality, no emotion of their own. They are only expression of the will and intention of the unseen man behind them. It is not the matter in us that moves or becomes conscious of the world of transactions. Think about this. If you don't have a life, if I don't have a life, how can I speak? How can I record? How can I put it in my YouTube? The matter plus life principle in us becomes vibrant and dynamic, capable of perceiving, feeling, and thinking. Matter plus life principle. If there is no life principle, then matter cannot function. The spark of life presiding over the body, the pure eternal consciousness, is that which vitalizes the inert matter. Pure consciousness in itself does not act, but in its presence, the matter envelopments get vitalized and then they seem to act. That is very important. Seem to act. The Atman, conditioned by the body, mind, and intellect, expresses dynamism and action. It creates the manifested individuality, the supreme functioning through the total bodies as the cause of all action is called Ishvara. So Ishvara is what? Supreme functioning through all the bodies of this universe and carrying out all the actions is Ishvara. Life functioning in each one of us is the master, the controller, the director, and the lord of our individual activities. Atma. Paramatma, Atma. The essential life in all of us is one and the same. Therefore, the total life functions through and manifests as the entire universe, energizing all existing equipments. Thus, the Lord of the universe, Ishvara, expresses himself through all the activities of this universe. Bhagwan is expressing himself. I am not saying Bhagavad Gita. So if I think I am saying Bhagavad Gita, I am a fool. If you think you are hearing Bhagavad Gita, you are also of the same time. Because without the presence of Bhagavan, how can I speak? How can you hear? Nothing, no feeling, no perception, no thoughts. Electricity is the best example, I think, which I can give, even though we have seen this several times. The fridge may say, I am beautiful, decorated outside. I keep the fruits and vegetables fresh for the master to keep him healthy. So I am important. I am important, fridge says. Geyser says, I heat the water. Without me, master will stink. So I am important. Air conditioner may say, I keep the room chill and make the master happy. That is why he is not throwing anything at you people. Hence, I am important. The bulb may say, I give the light. Otherwise, master is blind. Iron box may say, I keep the master well dressed, otherwise he will look like a beggar. Electric shaver may say, I trim his beard and make him look like a hero, otherwise he is zero. But the electricity remains calm and quiet, smiles at all these things. If electricity were to speak, it will say, none of you can have life or action without my presence. Similarly, Bhagwan Krishna enlivens all the beings and make them dynamic. Expressing through the individual, it becomes a master of one's life, granting the capacity to entertain desires and perform activities according to the vasanas present in the individual. Body is what? Nothing but calcium and carbon and phosphorus. Matter. It can never act on its own. At this moment, we are all conscious. We understand the things happening around us. We are able to see the things, perceive the things, react to the things. We are able to move and act. What makes this inert body so dynamic and active? Think for a minute. It is the touch of life. One's life, that is Bhagwan Krishna, he leaves the body. Then we become again matter. Dead body is like any other equipment, geyser or air conditioner without electricity. Neither it can move nor it knows anything, the body. Because of the presence of Ishvara, I move and act in this world. And because of the presence of the same Ishvara, every living being in this world move and act. All living beings are enlivened by only one life, Parameshwara. If that Lord lives, entire planet will be a dead planet. Not even one single living being can exist. Dr. Radhakrishnan says, the relations of our unborn nature and its fateful compulsion are regulated by the divine who dwells in our hearts and guides and constrains our development. The power that determines events is not blind, unfeeling, unthinking, for which we give the name fate, destiny, or chance. Again, I repeat, the power that determines events is not a blind power, unthinking power. The spirit that rules the cosmos, the Lord who presides over the evolution of the cosmic plan, he is seated also in the heart of every being and will not allow him to take rest. Without him, we cannot live for a moment. The truth does exist within and without. He is inside and also outside. Don't think when he resides in your heart, then he is nowhere else. He is within and also without. The Supreme is the innermost self of our existence. All life is a movement of the rhythm of life, and our powers and acts are all derived from Him. If in our ignorance we forget this deepest truth, the truth does not get altered. You may forget, but truth remains the same. If we live consciously in His truth, we will resign all actions to Him and escape from our ego and the sorrows created by the ego. So, when you are always conscious about Him, you get rid of your ego and the sorrows that arise out of that ego. If we do not, even then the truth will prevail. Sooner or later, we will yield to the purpose of God. But in the meanwhile, there is no compulsion. Nobody compels you. You have to realize the Supreme desires our free cooperation. When beauty and goodness are born without travel and effortlessly, you don't have to put so much of effort. It has to come automatically. Natural maturity has to come. When we become transparent media for the light of God, He uses us for His work. That is what Dr. Radhakrishnan says. So in this verse, Bhagwan says, "Hey Arjuna, none can function without me. I reside in the heart of all the living beings. Somebody is living means I am there inside his heart. He may appreciate, he may not appreciate. You may appreciate, you may not appreciate the truth. But I am there. Everybody is functioning in this world. Yantra Rudani Maya. Because of my presence. If I am not there, no activity can be carried out by anybody, whoever it is. Bhagwan clearly, directly, without any mincing words, says this to Arjuna. Again, verse 61.
ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृत्तेशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया.
Next verse we will see tomorrow. Hari Om Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu.
नारायण 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 नारायण